Darius, in addition to the foundation there already is within this defense, when the draft picks go 1 and 2 in the first rounds with edge rushers, what type of statement does that make about the priority on this defense, and what's the message that you guys want to send?
Just when you see that, man, it just let you know what kind of standards we hold ourselves to. Defense win championships, and if you can't stop an offense from scoring, you're not gonna win ball games. And for us to get two defensive ends back to back picks, that just comes to show that we trying to get some pass rushes to get to the quarterback.
George Bremer.
Darius, you mentioned during the offseason the standard on this defense, how hard you have to play. You kind of called out any free agents that were going to join in that regard. Chris Ballard has said the rookies already play that way. They don't need to change their style. But do you feel like as a leader that you need to introduce them to that standard and hold them to that level?
I lead by example. When the ones go out there, I'm gonna give it everything I got. And I'm out there full of energy, I'm pushing everybody. And once you see the ones go out and do that, the twos and whoever, they're gonna follow suit because they don't want to be the one to get called out. So I mean, they know the standard, they see the standards, and they know that they got to be the standard. They want to come out and play for the coach defense.
Mike Chappell.
Darius, what's the next step for you in your career? I mean, it's such a young career already. What's the next step?
Just get better.
Aside for a championship.
I'm just getting better. Watching all the bad tape, seeing how teams are trying to attack you. Just learning the defense to a whole nother level, and just being that leader, that leader that everybody needs. And now that Anthony Walker is gone, you need you need that person to taking that leadership role in and say, okay, this is what you got to do. This is the way that it have to be, and continue to just be me. I don't think I got to change much. I just got to continue to go out each day, work day in and day out, bring the energy day in and day out, and let these kids know. Well, not kids, the rookies and everybody else. This is the standard. This is how it's supposed to be.
You're sort of one of the old men now in this room on this team, right?
No, old man. No, don't call me no old man.
Old,
25 years old.
That's but a question. The team's made it very clear their commitment to you. How much are you driven or aware of the extension coming this summer?
Like you said, they take value in me, and hopefully, that'll show. I mean, I think that I put in enough work the past 3 years. I give it my all day in and day out, never miss a day, never, once I step on that field, I give everything I got, and they know that. And, hopefully we get everything settled, and hopefully we'll be good to go.
Thanks, Darius.
Stephen Holder.
Hey, Darius, Chap asked you what's next for you, but what about the defense? You've been in this scheme, I think, since Blues got here. How have you seen it grow, and what do you think needs to happen for it to take the next step to become a championship defense?
It's growing because, like you said, this is going into my 4th year into the system, and once you're in the system for over 2 to 3 years, you can do more. Everybody know what we run. There's no sugarcoating anything. We're gonna line up, we're gonna run what we run, and now that we confident having veteran players on the defense side of the ball, we can change things up, we can disguise more. To be a championship defense, we got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. And with guys, you got to know the playbook. You can't have the mental mistakes. And if you look at the games that we lost, it wasn't anything that the opposing team was doing. It was more so what we was doing to ourselves. Having missed assignments or mental errors or getting dumb penalties, and those are things that we can't do. And once we clean all that up, we will be a championship defense.
JJ.
Darius, you kind of talked about building the standard over the last couple of years. What's the difference now when you can drop a rookie in there like Quiddy when you're not building the standard? It's already kind of established there. There's already that baseline level there.
Watching him play, he's everything that we need. That motor, that meanness, that toughness, and he's a very humble guy. I like to refer to him as like a DeForest Buckner. You know what I'm saying? He's quiet, but once he step on the field, that switch, it switched, and he have this drive to him, and you see his story. his story is very, very strong. And, he want to provide. He want to, prove everybody wrong. And those are what the type of players that you need. You don't need guys that comes in and say, okay, I made it. Okay, that they want to be in the public eye. I just want guys that's going to come in and be a dog. When it's time to be in the fourth quarter and we need a takeaway or we need to get off the field, we need guys to say, okay, I'm going to make a play. And with that being the standard, I think that, we added so many pieces to this puzzle that, everybody want to be that playmaker, and we'd have no prima donnas on this defense, and everybody just want to grind. Everybody just want to find a way to get the job done.
Jim Aiello.
Hey, Darius, nobody's been as outspoken as you about the contributions Anthony Walker has made to this team over the past few years. What is the team losing, and how do you go about trying to replace it?
You're losing a great leader, a great teammate, and a great friend. And, for a defense to lose someone like that, that hurts. He was one of the biggest guys in the locker room, especially, teaching the guys the playbook. Because, like you said, especially when rookies come in, you need someone to lean on. And Anthony Walker was that for me. And, for him to go, it sucks. But now, other people have to step up. Other people have to, have them conversations of what the standard is, or, tell someone, okay, you're doing this wrong. This is what it's got to be. And, I'm have to, quit being this, friendly guy, quit being this guy that just smiles all the time and just, go by doing it his way. Now I got, hey, that's not the right way. This is how we do it. We got to just hold people accountable that way.
A few more here, Joel Erickson.
What's your relationship with Bobby Okereke like after playing with him a lot last couple of years?
We're good. Playing with him, we're playing, alongside of him for 2 years now. We're getting to know each other, not just, playbook wise. You got to know each other, how each other play. You got to understand that when someone is going to take a chance, you got to be there to cover each other up. And now that we play with each other for, 2 years, we building that trust. We knowing each other lingo. We, just being able to play alongside each other and understand who each other is. And that's the good thing about it. Bobby is, he's very similar to Anthony Walker with, how smart he is and, athleticism wise. And, that's now we got to compete. That's what it's all about. We're going to compete. And like me and Walker was, who's going to get the most takeaways, who's going to get the most tackles, and just make it fun and make sure that we got each other back out there on the field.
Kevin Bowen.
Darius, going back to the loss of Anthony, do you feel like you yourself have to take on a little bit more like public accountability then with guys in the locker room, with linebackers?
With linebackers, yes, just because, he was that veteran. He was that veteran everybody looked up to, even though, that, I'm Darius, but Anthony Walker was that guy that everybody leaned on. And now that he's gone, I got to be the one to ask the questions that, guys don't think about. Usually it's Anthony Walker or Zaire Franklin that asks the questions that, some linebackers don't understand or don't really see while watching film. So now I'm really going to have to, look at the tape more seriously and really ask questions that, they don't think about. So whenever it's time to go in the game or in practice that, it's already covered.
The last one here, Zach Kiefer.
Darius, what time do you get your workouts in this spring?
Oh man, I'm up and at it at 5, man. Me, I wake up about 4:30, 4:45. I'm getting it in. I'm done probably around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then I'm back at home. I'm back at home with the family, man. I always say, man, I like to eat while everybody's sleeping. Then you never have to share what's on your plate. And, I just like to get working, man. I like to just be alone. When I'm in there in the morning, I don't talk. It's me and my trainers. And we just working day in and day out. Then we had Devontae Smith come in a couple of times, and he had that same mentality that he wanted to work, and just for having the Heisman Trophy winner in there. I know I wasn't the Heisman Trophy winner, but you have that mindset. He has that winner mindset, and it was good to see some young talent come in there and push me to say, okay, this is the young talent coming in. He has everything. He has the speed. He has the work mentality. And for him to go in there, it just pushed me to say, okay, I'm going to have to outwork him. I have to show him the way.
Where's this at? Is this back in Lakeview?
No, I'm in Tampa, Florida, at Yo Murphy Performance down there, and with Yo Murphy. So we're up and at it, getting it in, just grinding day in and day out.
Do you like the early mornings because that's when you would have your college practices?
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, I go to bed early and I wake up early. You know, that's just me. I have too much energy to just lay in bed. So if once I wake up, I'm up and I'm at it, and I just love that early. I just like getting it done. I don't like sitting around all day and have it hanging over your head. Hey, you got to work out, because I'm a guy. I don't eat. I don't eat before I work out. I don't eat before I play. So I like the early games. I like the early practices. Get in, get out, then I can eat and just relax.